It's Billy Michaels talking to Hobie from Sawyer Brown. Now, Hobie, he's a keyboard player and one of the original members, you and Mark. And, dude, you're going to be at Webb Center Performing Arts in Wickenburg coming up on Monday. Are you excited about that?
We are very excited about that.
Cool,
so,
man.
Any trip to Arizona is a good trip. So
Yes.
we're definitely looking forward to it. We've got a few days out there, so that's going to be great.
Oh, that's cool. Well, what do you like to do when you come to Phoenix in the Valley?
We will eat so much Mexican food over the course of our days in Arizona that it will be ridiculous, but there will be no stopping us.
Are you what kind of Mexican food? Are you an enchilada type person? What are you talking about?
Man, I'm across the board. Basically it's all, it's just layer on some good sauce. I don't care what's underneath.
That's
there.
it.
So,
yeah. So here's what everybody wants to know. Who did you vote for?
You mean on The Voice?
The Voice, that's right. Yeah. You thought I was talking about the elections? No. Who'd you vote for on The Voice?
Was there an election this week?
No.
You've been so quiet about it.
I missed that. Yeah. And, well, that leads me to my next question. Were you one of the people that was emotional and crying and complaining on Facebook that I saw? I had to take a break from that.
No, I try my hardest never to cry and get emotional on Facebook, which separates me from apparently 99.9% of the people on Facebook the last year. So, I try to keep my weeping and gnashing of teeth just to myself.
So you're not going to be the one going to Canada? Because I hear there's a lot of people that are going to Canada, or some are going to Switzerland.
I love Canada. I love Canada, but I would rather head for Arizona and get some Mexican food.
Talking to Hobie from Sawyer Brown, and you guys are going to be at the Webb Center Performing Arts in Wickenburg on Monday. And I know that I've seen you guys a bunch, and you just put on this high-energy show. Is there a song that you really look forward to playing or performing?
I think I'm lucky that there's a bunch of them, but certainly you get something like Some Girls Do that, from the very first time we ever played that song, even before we had recorded it, people were like responding to it. That's what you love. The whole thing I like about music as a listener and as somebody who's been fortunate enough to get to play it for a living is it's all about connection. That's why I love music. When you get to see that happen night after night, I think that's why we can't ever imagine not going out and playing live, because you miss all of that if you never get to see it.
Do you guys play Passing Train in the Night a lot? Because I know that's your song, right? That's your song.
Man, that's digging deep.
Yes, it is.
It's been a long... You get bonus points for digging through and finding that one.
Well, the first time I saw you, it was at a fair in Chicago. It was like 25 years ago or something like that. And I remember Mark introducing you, saying that this is your song, and you just went out and just... By the way, fantastic keyboard player. Are you self-taught? Did you learn from somebody? How did you learn that?
I took... my parents made me start taking lessons when I was in like second grade, which I absolutely hated until about eighth grade, when I realized, you can actually put these things you're learning to use. But there was a piano teacher that I had when I was still in elementary school she's no longer with us, but I would tell her every time I saw her when I went back home, everything I get to do now was because of you, because you taught me about chords, and remember, in time you can stray away from this music, and you can just, whatever's written, you can just make your own music. So I think she gave me the foundation. I would probably be a better player if I'd practiced more and made up excuses for not practicing less, but it's all worked out in the long run.
Well, don't you think that that's a secret to your success and Sawyer Brown's success, is that you guys are you and you do your own thing? You know what I mean?
From the beginning, we knew we were going to live or die by that. And it's like, if it didn't happen, we wouldn't be able to go, well, we did what we could do, and folks didn't want it. So, and in the beginning with labels, I know it's frustrating for them because they very much would like to get everybody to fit in the same box. And we were just hard-headed enough to know from the beginning, I don't think we're going to fit in that box. So we're just probably better left to just do what we do.
You do what you do. And do you think that that sound that we have come to love is going to eventually come back? It seems like it's starting to, you know what I mean?
Oh, I think so. I mean, probably if we looked at music, over enough amount of a time, cyclically things happen. But I think so. And I always believe that there will always be people who are making, writing great songs and being themselves, and people will find that. They'll find their way to that music.
Talking to Greg Greg.
I'm a great believer of that.
Talking to Greg Hobie Hubbard. Sawyer Brown going to be at the Webb Center Performing Arts in Wickenburg on Monday. So growing up outside of Orlando, have you been through a lot of hurricanes?
Did. When I was a little kid, they seemed to happen fairly regularly, and then it went years without it, and I think people down there kind of forgot what can happen when Mother Nature kicks it up.
So how's your golf game?
Terrible. Terrible. I would be the world's worst golfer. Now, I'm great if you just need someone to drive the cart.
There you go. That's the fun part anyway.
We need to lean towards our skill sets, and that's probably mine.
That's the best part anyway, driving that golf court around. Although don't drive it on the green because people get upset for some reason when you drive it right on the green.
It's the people that are yelling on Facebook, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Yes. Talking to Greg Hobie Hubbard, Sawyer Brown. So I know it's a high energy show. What can we expect when we see you Monday night at the Webb Center in Wickenburg for the Performing Arts?
Come and have a good time. If the last, let's say few months have been stressful based on ever turning on the news, you can forget all about that and just come and have a good time. That really is completely what it's about for us, is just kick it loose. Get out there and have fun.